Hi, Gary O'Neill. Welcome to Intuitive Solutions. Today we're going to talk about why money can be a great motivator. And I thought of this whole conversation when I recently saw an interview on Burt Bees, and I also read a story on it as well, just to find out a little bit more about it. And I was thinking, in their cases, money must have been a great motivator because they were both coming from extreme positions. You had Burt Shevitz, which is the guy that you see on all the packaging with the beard and the hat. And then you have Roxanne Quimby, who is the lady that eventually partnered with him to get the whole thing off the ground. And she was a single mother, and they were living very homestead style, which meant, no electricity, no running water. You had to physically do everything. And she came to the notion that she didn't necessarily maybe want to do that because it could affect the outcome of her kids later on in life. And then you had Bert, who was living in a chicken coop and selling big jars of honey and beeswax, and who God knows what that looked like on the side of the street. But anyway, she saw him and saw an opportunity, which is basically another post for another day. But I was thinking that they must have been in a very dire strait for money, and it had to be the single greatest motivation for them in terms of, getting out of their situations. And, and I look at that and I say, well, in society, we tend to look at things and money and say, oh, it's negative to think about that. But I don't really think it is. I think money, if positioned right and looked at in the right way, can be a great motivator. And what I mean by that is, you got the one idea is that it's not really about the money. It's about what the money will help you achieve. So if your thing is about the nice, shiny car, or your thing is about the big house, or if your thing is about helping other people and being more philanthropic about, what you do with your money, then, that's what counts. And that's what should be drawing you to, it's like the old school guys. They used to pin up a Lamborghini if it was a car, and they put that on their mirror or on their desktop, and they would look at that every day because that's the thing they wanted. And I think we have to always keep that in mind, and especially as entrepreneurs, because we are always starving for money, because we're constantly in a mode of trying to expand. And, we have to look back and really think about money differently. And I think as an entrepreneur, we got to look at it in the sense that it's about improving fast and improving at such a rate that we're getting better and better and better, and we're honing and getting more focused on what we're doing. It's a lot like the Social Network movie. When you saw that movie, you had Mark Zuckerberg, which obviously money wasn't a big deal to him because the dude was running around in shorts and flip-flops and socks in the middle of the winter with a hoodie on. That wasn't the biggest deal in the world for him at the moment. His whole thing was trying to get the attention of the girls. But that morphed into an idea that started to drive him. And I think once he understood the idea, he just threw blinders on and then he just went for it. I mean, he was obsessed. So I think that's a lot of times the attitude of what we need to do as entrepreneurs is not necessarily worry about how big our company or how successful it's going to get, because we obviously want it to be successful. But, if we put all of our effort and all of our energy and emotion into what we're doing, money can be a byproduct of that. And we have to think of it in that sense. So, when I look back at the ending of the Burt Bees story, I look at it and I say, well, you know what? These two people literally built something from scratch. I mean, from scratch. I mean, down from a craft standpoint of making it themselves to all the way to coming and selling the company for over $100 million. And then I think they sold it one more time to Clorox for like $350 million. So in that case, money was an extreme motivator, and it got them to success. And, and I think that's a great model to kind of look at and see, because, it was passion and all those things were in there too. But the imminent thing was, let me get out of my situation and get a better life for myself and my family. And that proved to be a great motivator in being successful. So anyway, great talking to you. I hope you enjoyed this post. I like to kind of lighten it up and talk about different things. And I just thought this was an interesting one because I know money is always a a hard thing to talk about. And, it can be a great motivator if utilized correctly. See you next time.